Hey guys, Hector Castillo, Poppy from girlshace.com. Today I want to talk about threesomes, how to get them and how to have them. I've discussed this sometimes in other videos, kind of offhandedly, and I think I've mentioned it in a live stream, but I wanted to do an actual video for it so that you can go and find it anytime you're wanting to look for a threesome. So the best ways that you're going to get a threesome, and I learned this, I mean, I kind of understood in nature, but I hadn't had enough threesomes to really say, yeah, I know how to do it. And then this summer, I actually set a goal for myself to have some threesomes. I had a lot of goals this year, and I pretty much accomplished them all, which is related to like relationships and sex. And so I was very happy to have this one. I had some threesomes, and I knew going in I was gonna pull it off, and then it happened, and I was like, I fucking made this shit. I manifested it. So you're going to get a threesome via 3 different ways. One, she picks up. This can be something like she goes on Tinder and talks to the girls, though it can be a joint effort. Of course, you can both be texting and maybe sending pictures or videos. But for the most part, she picks up someone. It could be a friend of hers she's already had a threesome with, so then it's really easy to get her to do it. The best way you make this happen, she's probably not gonna do it over on accord unless she's really into threesomes and just really into that poly lifestyle. The best way you're gonna do it is you're going to learn who she is through fucking her and getting to know her sexual history and how open she is to sex. I'd say most girls are down for threesomes. There's a small percentage of girls that I think like, they're into it, but they just have some standards of like, yeah, it might be nice, but I don't wanna like share my boyfriend like that. And also this means that you should probably, if you want to start setting up threesomes with a girl, do it early into your sexual relationship with her, because that's the part where you want to be experimental. And that's the part where you want to see how kinky she is and how far she's willing to go. Because if you wait too long, then you guys will settle into your relationship maybe, or just kind of into your groove. And then if you try to change it, it'll feel like you're rocking the boat and it'll seem like you're not happy with the relationship and it'll just cause drama. It can happen, but it's best to do it early and set an early precedent so that in the future, if you want it more, it's kind of like, okay, we already did it. So she picks up the girl, Tinder, it's a friend of hers. Maybe she just finds some girl who's down. You pick up together, or you and then her. So together is you guys going out to a club together, picking up girls, or you being in a social circle and you're both making a concerted effort to make it happen. This is probably the most common. This is also really common. I had my first threesome this way. My ex was very bisexual and had had a few threesomes, and then got that girl to come visit us. And then we also ended up hooking up with a sorority sister of hers, but it was a quasi threesome because I didn't do anything with the other girl, but she was naked and getting, fingered by my girl while I fucked her. So I had like a threesome and a half. And then the real way that I like is this way. This is like the fucking man way. This is you getting her and then obviously introducing her to the girl after, but you did the approaching and you're really making it happen. And this best way actually is, I almost wrote gay. Gay game. Well, it's kind of gay. I mean, she's gonna be licking pussy. So day game is the best way to do this. I was visiting a lover of mine and she was open to having a threesome, had never done it. And I visited her. We were walking around and had been talking about it. I think she got on Tinder, I can't remember. I think she wanted to be a little bit covert about it. We were walking through the city and she sees some girl, because I kind of told her, keep your eyes open for anyone pretty. And she's like, oh my gosh, she's so beautiful. And I didn't notice who it was, and I turned and I just caught a faint glimpse of her. And I was like, okay, I think she's hot, but I'm not sure. Ran up and talked to her, and fucking wow, she was gorgeous. Just like for her style, like that kind of girl she is, because there's different kinds of girls and different kinds of tastes. But for her like style as a person, she's a 10. Like she's what she is meant to be to the best of her ability. And I was just mesmerized and she loved it. I walked up to her, I was like, hey, my friend, she saw you and thought you were really beautiful, and then I also saw you and thought you were really beautiful. And if you can see her, she's over there and she looks like this. And we just wanted to talk to you and maybe grab a drink with you or something. And she's like, oh my God, okay, but I started talking. And we ended up meeting up and having drinks together then, kind of like a 3-way date. I ended up making out with both of them. The situation is actually a really good story and to go into the details, but it would just take too long. It was amazing. We're both making out, other people are watching, and then I pretty much take her from, no, we're definitely not having sex at the table to, okay, let's fucking do it, let's go. And it was actually really, really hot. She was a bit crazy, but that kind of made it better because it was crazy sex. So I picked up a girl during day game and then set up a date. And then I also had another situation like that where we had the same thing. I didn't fuck the other girl, but I did finger her and make out with her and eat her pussy, and she like stroked my chest as I'm pounding my other girl, and it was fucking amazing. So I had a few threesomes this summer, and the best ones were from day game because that's where you meet the best girls anyways. That's where you meet the girls who are of highest quality, and you have the most straightforward, pure seductions with her. And sometimes night game can be really cool because I've gone out with a girl and we kind of work together, but I'm making out with her, the girl's making out with her, but then that girl, the third option, she is with her friends and she might feel some guilt, and it's a little bit more complicated. I've tried it a few times. I don't think I pulled it off where we did a pickup together, but I gave it a try and it was some fun and we made out. And then I just totally forgot. The other way that you're gonna have a threesome is two colds. So two cold approaches. So this, you're approaching two girls and it's a double approach and maybe they're friends, or fuck, you talk to this girl and then you talk to this girl and somehow you bring it together. I've had those situations almost happen. The closest I've been with that one was I was in Berlin and I met this British girl and she was there with a friend, and oh God, I had so many chances. I was like literally sitting in between them and I was stroking the one girl's leg and I definitely should have went for the other. And then the other girl just ends up making out with me, but I wasn't aggressive enough to capitalize on when she then made out with her friend, which should have been a fucking green light, like, okay, she kisses me, kisses her friend. Let's have a threesome. But then I totally didn't do it because I'm really stupid and I lost it. So that's possible too. I remember when Alec, the guy from our website, the Girl Chase site, he came to visit in Bucharest, and his first night out at this one club that I'd gone to a lot, he pulled a threesome, and it was cold approach threesome. And so it's very possible. I haven't done it yet. I've come close, but my best way is this. I meet her, introduce her to another girl. You can pick up together, or she can pick up. Social circle is really good for this, but sometimes it can cause some weirdness because you know that the next time they hang out, they're both gonna be like, yeah, we licked each other's pussy. And I mean, girls are cool with their sexuality, much more than you think, but it's still gonna be a bit awkward, and I've seen friendships kind of get weird after it. So that's how you make it happen. Now let's go over how to actually do it. So this is my really terrible chalk job. Having sex, just having sex. Sex with two is going to be mostly based on positions, leadership, and balls. Okay, so unless this is a situation where the girl is coming and it's 100% you guys are just gonna fuck. That's pretty easy. You just escalate at some point. They're probably gonna start making out with each other and give really obvious hints. The hardest one is gonna be the one where it's kind of uncertain. You're hanging out with your girlfriend and her friend's there, and you know there's some sexual tension, but you don't know quite how to start it. Those situations, you're gonna have to have some balls, because at some point, I actually had a guy message me on Instagram. By the way, if you wanna send me messages on Instagram, send me a follow. The link is in the description, and David will support something. Man, I need to learn how to speak. I haven't done a video in a week, so I'm getting back into practice. He'll put something right here. And he sent me this message about being in a situation where he could have had a threesome. And I just told him, like, you probably should have had some fucking balls and just gone for it. And there's not always going to be a smooth way to do it. Sometimes you're probably just gonna be sitting next to them or with them, and you're just gonna have to either start kissing one of them if the tension is really there, or you can just be super obvious and be like, so have you girls ever kissed each other when you were drunk or something? And they'll say yes, or they say no, and you play with that answer, and then you say something like, well, you guys should do it. You look pretty cute together, like you look like you'd have some chemistry. And then they kiss, and then you just kind of go in and start kissing, and then boom, you just start going. That's how you get it started. But you have to know positions because you need to lead properly. If you are not properly leading a threesome, it's gonna get awkward because women don't want to lead the sexual dance. Once you get to the bedroom and they're like, okay, I 100% am down and just use me like a fucking slut, you need to do that. And so just like with one girl, you have to take charge, but now you have to handle two girls. And my ring just fell off. Okay, where was I? Two girls, right, and your balls. Two girls and balls. It's like 2.5 Men. It's a great show. Charlie Sheen is a fucking legend. Now, when you're leading the two girls, you're going to have to, one, make sure that you're not playing favorites unless the one girl is your girlfriend and the other girl is a friend or just a random, and especially then, you need to focus on your girl. A threesome is just as much about you as it is your girl or girls if they're both your girlfriend or some situation like that. Then you have to give them equal attention. But give the most attention to the girl who means more to you. If you're not sure how you feel about them, then give it equally because you don't want to piss them off. This means giving them equal attention during fucking. You fuck this girl for 2 minutes and then you fuck this girl for 2 minutes. Your favorite's going to be obvious, whether you try to hide it or not, but try your best to hide it so it doesn't disappoint the other girl. Even if she's just a random and she wants to be the slut who just comes into the relationship and then leaves the next day, she still wants to feel special. So you want to give the majority of attention to your girl, but a decent split. And you need to make sure that you're constantly keeping it going. When you're having sex with one girl, you guys can kind of just slow down for a little bit, you know, and you can take more time, be more patient. But now you have 2 girls to deal with. It's double the fucking attention you have to give and double the fucking craziness you have to adapt your fucking life to. So you have 2 crazy bitches. Fucking this one, keep the other one busy. Either give her an order, like go over there and watch me fuck her and finger yourself. This one's my favorite. That's when the day game approach, the first one where I fucked the gorgeous 10 girl. That was one of the best things I've ever done in the bedroom. I'm fucking one of them, the new girl, and the other girl's watching and like rubbing my chest, and she's like, yeah, Poppy, fuck her good. And I'm just like, oh my God, this is amazing. This girl's fucking screaming. And then at some point, this girl is like, or the girl I'm fucking is like, I want to watch you fuck her. And I'm like, bet. So she goes and like sits on the ground and kind of just rests her like head in her hands on like the bed and just kind of like lingers and it's just like mesmerized, like, oh my God. Because I started fucking the other girl and I look at her and she's like, I mean, she was like 19, so this is kind of new for her. It's her first threesome, so I'm sure she was just fascinated. And we were all fucked up. But she was like, oh my God. And I'm just going to town, just like, yeah, me watch it. Then I grabbed her and just pulled her on the bed. She's like, what do you want? Yes, yes, of course. And I'm like, lay down over there and let her eat your pussy. And she's like, yes, daddy. And fucking lay there and just start getting your pussy eaten. Then I switch. I'm fucking the other girl doggy style. She's eating her pussy. But I'm making sure that I'm always leading. And I'm giving the orders or just doing it. Just doing it is so hot. Like when I just grabbed her, I'm just like, boom. That's it. I don't think I said anything actually. I was just like, boom. She's like, yeah, what do you want? And then told her. And then I switched them. And the positions that you're gonna go over are going to be your fucking one girl missionary. The other girl might be laying on her face, so she's getting her pussy eaten and she's kissing you. Let's go over those positions. Those are super important because if you don't know where you're leading is not gonna help. You're gonna have the confidence and like the aggression and the control, but you're not actually going to bring it anywhere. Because those girls, trust me, unless they're very experienced, don't know what to do in a threesome. And even if they do, they don't want to be in charge. So the positions are going to be, I'll just call them like plus. So this is like missionary plus, like it's a harder difficulty in like a fucking video game, like new game plus. So missionary plus is you're fucking one girl missionary and the other girl is either laying on her face and kissing you, kind of like an Eiffel Tower. That's the real Eiffel Tower. Not that fucking shit where you fucking one girl with 2. I mean, I think I'd be down to try it, but I would much prefer to just have fucking, and it wouldn't be a girl that I have any feelings about, because I'm not gonna, if it's just some random chick, I'd fuck her with a friend. But for the most part, I'd prefer just having 2 girls. And there's been situations where I've like thought about it and maybe come close, and then I was like, no, I don't know. I don't want to see his dick. I just want to fuck her. But I usually end up getting selfish, like I just take her and fuck her. Because she likes me more, because I'm fucking Hector. So missionary, she's plus is she's laying Eiffel Towering, or she's laying on her face or sitting on her face, sorry, fucking words. And she's then laying down and she's like, I don't know, whispering sweet nothings to your dick, like, yeah, just go in here quicker, or she's kissing it. You can do them having a 69. So that's what this would be. So missionary plus is just the sitting on top of her face. This is the 69 plus, where they're 69ing. She's eating her pussy and she's taking turns watching you fuck the girl, and then you take your dick out and then you just shove it in her mouth. This is obviously better if you're not wearing a condom, because you can just go boop, 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 boop. Because, I mean, blowjobs with condoms are okay, but not that great. And it's kind of nice to like make this girl fucking suck her fucking pussy juice off of your dick. It's really hot. So obviously safe sex, blah, blah, blah. Maybe get partners tested before you have sex, blah, blah. So you're fucking her raw, put your dick in her mouth, you go back and her spit's all fucking over this girl's pussy, and it's just, and if you really want to get hot with it, then you like come on her face and it goes on her pussy and she licks it up. Oh, that's the finisher. This is cream pie plus. And not only do you cream pie one of the girls at the end, of course, obviously, unless you're like, sometimes I can come and I'm immediately still hard and you just keep going. But you cream pie her and then you have the other girl lick it up and then sucks it up and then they start making out, maybe like spitting it into each other's mouths and fucking feeding it to each other. That's really hot. Or you have the doggy style plus. So the doggy style plus is fucking one girl doggy style and then she's sitting in the other girl's pussy and the other girl is usually kind of looking at you mischievously and like fucking all sexy. I remember I was fucking my girlfriend's friend and then my girlfriend was getting her pussy eaten by her friend and she's like looking at me, she's like, yeah, fuck her harder, yeah, fuck her. It's pretty hot. We had threesomes for like 4 days straight, so I had like fucking 7 of them. I was actually really bored by like the 3rd day. I was like, this is fun, but it's too much effort because it is exhausting because you are being the leader, you're having to handle two girls' emotions, especially because I was hanging out with them. Oh, yeah, okay. So these are the positions, lead into them, and then at some point when you're ready to come, just be like, hey, I'm gonna come, and then either like come on her chest and have the other girl lick it off, come one girl's face and have her lick it off her face, have them making out, have some fun with it, be as creative as you want, and be really slutty and fucking weird and have whatever fetish having your dick sucked by both of them at the same time. That one is fucking amazing. It's something amazing to look at 2 girls and have them both, like sometimes their heads are gonna like do this shit if they're not very coordinated, but if they have it together, like one girl will be like licking on one side and the other girl's licking on the other side. Usually though, they're not that well coordinated, so one of them ends up taking the dick and the other girl like comes up and makes out with me. But for those few seconds where they're just in perfect harmony and they're like the twin dragons of sluts on your fucking dick just giving you pleasure, it's fucking amazing. It's fascinating. So blow plus. It's like Disney Plus, but better. Mandalorian is a great show, though. If you haven't checked that out, they surprised me. They did Star Wars well. Yeah, cool. Nerded out there for a second after talking about blowjobs, and I think that's it. So you know how to get the threesome, you know how to do it, and you know what positions to do while you're doing it. And as for escalating into between that awkward period, if you pick them up and then you guys are having a threesome and having these wonderful positions happen to your life, you're gonna have to have some balls and just start making out with one of them or just make a move. Because you're the man and you gotta make it happen. Even if she picks up the girl, which is a little bit more rare, you're still going to have to seduce the other girl. But for the most part, the great thing about threesomes is that if you're already fucking one of the girls, and the other girl finds this girl attractive and finds you attractive, she pretty much cuts you ahead of the line in terms of like who's gonna fuck her next, because someone that she sees as equal to her or even greater in cuteness and beauty and value already fucked you. So if you can fuck her, you could probably fuck me. And that makes it a lot easier. But do it any way you wish. Go have some fun, go approach some girls, talk to them about threesomes, start asking all your lovers if maybe they want to have a threesome. Just fucking ask. What's the worst that's gonna happen? They're gonna say no. So hopefully you have a threesome soon and you know how to have it. And when you do it well, girls are gonna have fond memories for the rest of their life about your dick and how you dick down 2 of them or 3 or 4 or 5 at the same time. Cool. Hector Castillo, Poppy, girlschase.com. Follow me on Instagram, like, subscribe, ring the bell, buy all of this shit in the description below, and go fuck yourself.